Welcome back to center stage at the 2017 Provincial Skills Canada competition. If you guys are just joining us, you're in for a treat today with Dee and Renee, here to talk to us about whose trade is it anyway. So let's give these ladies a round of applause. Welcome them to center stage.
Yay. Am I on? Hi, everybody. Thanks for taking a minute to sit down and listen to what we have to say at Women Building Futures. Women Building Futures is a pre-readiness training for specifically women who are interested in getting into non-traditional trades. We're so passionate about women getting into non-traditional trades that we actually developed a tool that is going to launch live on our website in June. And this tool is actually going to help people pick their trade that is best suited for them and their lifestyle. And it's going to take less than 5 minutes to do that. We have many students come to us, some right out of high school, some not out of high school, and the ones that do come to us out of high school oftentimes don't know what trade they're interested in, but sometimes they do know what trade they're interested in. What we do find is the grads that, or the students that come out of high school that do know what trade they want to get into, they've had exposure to a trade in some capacity. So they've labored and they saw that they like electrical work, so they decided that electrical is the trade that they're mostly interested in. Other students don't have that exposure. So the first thing that we can do when they come to us is introduce them to this trade finder. The second thing that we can do for them is offer them a 15-week program to help find a trade that is going to work for them and what they're potentially really passionate about, which is really exciting for us at WBF. So the first thing that we do when we talk about trades at WBF is we break the trades down into 4 main groupings. The first groupings for trade is construction. And construction are things like carpenters, electricians, HVAC, somebody who's a plumber. That's somebody who works in the construction. Then we have a vehicle mechanical. And vehicle mechanical is somebody who is a heavy-duty technician or a millwright and who works on equipment and the maintenance of it. The third one that we have are operators. So we offer operating programs, and that can be anything from a Class 1 operating program, which can be long-haul driving, even driving within the city, to Class 3. So operating anything from a haul truck on a big mine site to actually just operating a skid steer if that's what's really interesting for you. And then the fourth one is our metal trades. And the metal trades is if you want to become a welder, if you want to become a machinist, a pipe fitter, a mechanic fits into there, and also a sheet metal worker. So those are kind of the 4 major groupings. And then from there, what we actually do is we're just going to ask some really brief, quick questions that can actually narrow down your career path really quickly. So do I have 3 volunteers who are willing to come up and maybe find a trade that is, you 3? Yeah. What, yeah? You? Yeah, you. You, and you.
And there was one on the end.
Anybody else?
One on the end.
There is a small prize in it for you. Oh, come on up. Sorry, sitting right in front of me.
Sit down?
Yeah, sit down. So we're just going to get you to introduce yourselves.
What's your name?
Mercedes Seneca.
Oh, is it on?
So Mercedes, you're contestant number 1.
Tamara.
Oh,
Mary, you're contestant number 2.
Okay.
I'm Alec.
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 Contestant number 3.
contestant number 1, contestant number 2, and contestant number 3. Good thing we got their names. So the next thing that we break it down to in our trade finder that you'll be able to find on our website in June is we break it down into 4 main areas. 4 main areas of kind of construction that you can work in. So the first one is residential. Residential is if you're going to be doing if you're going to be doing renovations on homes, or if you're going to be building homes. So anything that has to do with working in a residential area or homes, that's the first area. Then we have commercial. So commercial are the things that you see like hospitals, rec centers, schools, and even the condo buildings that you see downtown. That's classified as commercial. The next one that we have is civil or infrastructure. So that would be those highways that we drive on, putting power lines in, highways, roads, bridges, that type of thing. So that's the kind of infrastructure section. The next one is industrial. So industrial is big processing plants. So that would, an example of that would be a Suncor or a Syncrude or an NWR, and that would be working on a site like that. And then the next one is kind of that equipment operator and maintenance. So again, truck drivers to maintaining kind of equipment. Does that all make sense? Somewhat, you got it? Does any of them feel more appealing than the other? Or do you feel like you could find interest in any of them? What was that?
Industrial.
Industrial? Okay, great. Contestant 2? Construction,
Yeah.
so the first one, okay.
The very last one.
The last one, so the equipment operator, maintenance. That's great. So now we're going to talk about your strengths and interests. And the really great thing about strengths and interests is even if you're not strong in something, but you have an interest in it, the likelihood that you can build a skill in it is really great. So I want you to answer these questions if you have an interest in it or if you're already good at it. So are you good at or have an interest in math?
No.
Okay, pass it along.
Well, I mean, it's all right.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Are you good at it? Okay, all right, that's okay. No.
What was the question?
Do you like or are you good at math?
I'm decent at math.
Decent at math. All right, we're going to give you a good. Are you interested in or are you good at problem solving?
Kind of.
Kind of. Would you weigh a little bit on the yes or a little bit on the no? If you had to go one way. We'll go with yes. Good at problem solving.
Yes, as long as I know what I'm working with.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at problem
Pretty good.
solving.
Okay, we got some problem solvers here. That's great. Are you interested or good at working with wood?
No.
No. Okay.
Did you
That's
say
a hard
you
no.
said wood?
Working with wood.
No, because I'm scared to get slivers. Yeah.
That's a good thing to know.
I'd be interested into doing it, but I've never done it before.
But are you interested in it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I've never done it before.
Good. Are you interested in or good at working with metal? Yeah, you could go.
Sure.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you have a valid driver's license?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
No drivers, or we're taking operators out of the picture. I'm sorry, your career has just been crushed. No, that's not true. You're going to get your driver's license, right? Yeah. Do you consider yourself mechanically inclined? And a good example of this is if you were to break down in your car that you can't drive, would you try and fix it yourself, or would you call someone to try and fix it?
I'd probably try and fix it before I call
Okay,
somebody.
mechanically inclined.
I'd probably take a shot at it, and then
Okay.
if I couldn't, I'd call somebody else.
Awesome.
I would probably try first and then call someone.
Awesome. So we're all mechanically inclined. That's great. So the next thing we're going to talk about is what are you not willing to do? So these are breakers. What are the things that you will just not get out there and do? Are you not willing to work at heights?
I don't mind heights, but I probably would not want to do hairdressing.
Okay. That's a yes. You're working at heights.
To not work with mud, like dirty mud.
Okay,
Yeah.
but what about heights? Would you not work at a
Yes,
height?
I would, yes.
You would work
Yeah.
at a height, okay.
I would work with heights.
You would work with heights. What about in confined spaces? Are you willing to work in confined, tight spaces?
No.
No, okay.
If it gets the job done, then yes.
Oh, there we go, there's a go-getter.
Yes.
Awesome. Are you willing to work in the city or in an urban condensed area?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay,
Of course.
okay. And what about, are you willing to work in a remote area? So out of the city, you know, whether that's even traveling in and out of the city or having to drive for an hour to get to work?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
And are you willing to do physically demanding work?
Probably.
Okay.
Yes.
Look at me. Of course, yes.
Yes. That's great. I think it's really important to anybody who's starting out in a trade. The likelihood of having to do some really physically demanding work is there. And if it isn't something that is appealing to you, then there are maybe other paths. But if you really, really enjoy doing that physical work, then a trade is definitely where you want to be. Okay, so the last one is I prefer not to work full-time.
I'd work full time.
Okay. I prefer not to work full-time.
So part-time.
Yes or no?
No.
Right. You want to work full-time. Yeah.
I would want to work full time.
Okay. I am willing to work overtime.
Yes.
If I really have to, then yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oftentimes, overtime is part of the construction trades because a lot of projects have deadlines. They have things they need to meet, and in order to do that, then it takes time for people to put in extra hours. Are you willing to work contract or seasonal?
Depends on the contract.
Okay. Oh, problem solver.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I put him as no. Yeah.
Also depends on the contract.
Also depends on the contract, so maybe no's for those. Are you willing to work outside of hours that offer childcare? So childcare typically would be, you know, for that Monday to Friday, 8 hours a day. Are you willing to work outside of those hours?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And are you willing to work outside?
Yes.
Okay.
That's where most work takes place, right?
Yes.
Then yes.
Yes.
Good. So, where do they belong? Sure. So, Mercedes, you were a driver operator. So, looking into programs like your Class 1 driver, your Class 3 driver, a heavy equipment operator, or even an operator readiness program would really get you prepared for a career operating equipment. Number 2 is construction trades. So you would fit into those carpenter, plumber, scaffolder, electrician, HVAC. So anything in that kind of construction grouping that we talked about earlier. And then number 3, mechanical. So if you're interested in machining, millwright, HVAC, heavy equipment technician. Those are kind of, so you guys all fit into 3 different areas, which is really great and interesting because you had some similar questions and some different questions, but it actually ended up that you ended up in different areas, which is great. So you can all kind of, if you're interested in finding out more, you can check out our booth and they can give you more information about actually getting on our website and checking out the trade finder and finding out if there's anything that we can offer that are interesting for the girl. I'm sorry, we don't have anything for you right now, but we can still encourage you to go. I know. All right, guys, thank you very much. Oh. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dee and Renee. What did you guys think? Woo! All right, don't go anywhere because we have a super special announcement. Have any of you guys had the chance to meet Skills Billy yet? Kind of, sort of. So here's the scoop with Skills Billy. If you are hanging out today, taking Skills Billy on a tour, carefully read the instructions on his collar, get a nice selfie with Skills Billy, and post him on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Snapchat, you will be entered in a chance to win an awesome pair of Beats headphones. Could you guys use a pair of Beats headphones? Yeah. Who can I trust as the first keepers, ambassadors of Skill Billy? Yeah? Come on up. We've got one up here. Come on up, my friend. Okay. You guys got this? Yeah. Excellent. Coming up next, we have Powered by People by TransAlta. We have Theo and Ange coming to chat with you guys in 2 minutes, along with the opportunity to win some more Skills Canada swag, so stay put.